Howdy, and welcome back to Celebrating Vintage Model Kits. So we're going to be doing a build on this Monogram flapjack. This is the 1989 issue, and as far as I know, it's identical to the 73 issue that we talked about in a previous video. So I'm going to be putting this together. I built this with my dad back in the 70s from one of those 73 issue ones, and we're going to see if we can make this work. The one that we had in 73 was able to work and flap, and everything was great, and I love that kit, and hopefully I'm going to relive some memories with this one. And in addition to that, I'm going to be trying out this new model nipper that was sent to me by a company named Uli, and they sent me the sample here, so we'll try it out here with this kit and see how it works. I'll have a link in the video description if you're interested in getting one of these, if it turns out this works pretty well. I know finding a good nipper is a challenge, and it looks like we get the nipper itself and a little cover, Allen wrench probably to tighten it. It's like an extra spring, and a little case to cover it up, I guess. So kind of nice. Looks like it's single edge nip, which is nice for getting a real tight cut. So here's the product description there. I'm interested in seeing this part here. And there you go there. So we'll see how this works, if this works out well. Anyway, let's get started. So set this aside. Let's get our instructions out, get the decals out of the way. Get this out of the way. Okay, so start off with, we are going to need, looks like the motor and this squiggly thing here. So here's our motor, and there's that squiggly thing. I think I saw that on the black parts. There it is. Okay, so switch glasses. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, so so the motor on this shaft on here, press gear 1 onto motor shaft as far as it will go. Okay, so we got that. And then we've got fit motor into part 2. So that's that thing. So that is this one here. This is a really soft plastic. So far, these nippers seem to be cutting through it pretty easily. Okay, yeah, not really leaving much of a bit on there, but let's trim off a little bit with the X-Acto. Okay. So now, looks like the motor is supposed to drop in here, like so, with the blue wire coming this way, and wire through holes. All right, so we're gonna run it through this. Come on, stay together. There we go. There's the blue wire that way. And then let's get the red wire. Through this one. Okay. And then this part number 3, is it on here? Nope. Oh, there it is. Okay, now this is supposed to go not just fit this way. Okay, I guess that holds the motor down. Okay, so now we need a bag of electrical parts. Okay, so this one's going to go on here. It looks like blue wire. It's supposed to wrap around here. Okay, so we got that. And this goes inside. Okay, then the red one comes back and does the same thing on this one. Okay, so we got that one. Let's put this one on the clip here. All right, so we have battery pack, it looks like. Let's see what number 4 is. All right, so they want us to test the motor first before we do anything else. That's probably a smart idea. All right, so I'm going to need to get some batteries. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, there it goes. Excellent. We have ourselves a working motor. So it looks like we got to get this whole gear thing set up inside this box. So go ahead and get that assembled and we'll come back. Okay, so we have this gearbox finished. And it looks like this part was going to make the wings flap and the guns move. So this part's looking finished. Let's flip this over and see what's next. Okay, so looks like we got our guns. Let me hear your guns. Yang, 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 yang. Bonus points for who knows what that's from. Okay, so we got, let's flip this over. Fit pins on gun 13. Do slots and slide gun forward. Okay, so fit it in the slots. Okay. Oh, there we go. Fit small, slide over. All right, so I've got that. Bring pin on arm down as shown. right, there we go. So that gets our guns fired, going back and forth on this one. Hit gun on the other side the same way. There we go. All right, there we go. We got our guns. Yang, 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 yang. Cool. All right, so we got our guns going. Now what's next? Da, da, da. So lock, motor runs, guns will move back and forth, gearbox tab fits here, press and lock. Alright, so this goes in here, and this goes back there. Alright, got our gears going. Alright, so let's see if this works. Looks like something's getting caught up there. Maybe our batteries are going dead. All right, let's get some other batteries and see what's going on. Okay, so what I ended up doing is putting a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on a little bit of the gears here to get it moving smooth. This is same plastic on plastic. It's kind of binding up a little bit. So that's really all it was. Now it's moving real nice and smooth. Okay, so set that aside. And now it looks like we got some engine parts that need to go on top of this piece here. So we'll get those off and assembled. Okay, so we got the engine parts on, our blower, our intake, on there. Okay, so we're good on that. All right, now what's next? Oh, 13. All right, now it's looking like some fuselage stuff here. Yeah, so we're talking about some fuselage. What do we need this side? All right, where's our little nippers? These seem to be doing pretty good. Even with this really soft, almost vinyl. There's been a little bit of flash here and there. It's probably because of the later issue of the kit. It's a little hard to trim some of this stuff because of being this soft. So you need a really sharp X-Acto blade to be able to trim that off. But this seems to be doing a pretty good job. You can see kind of getting us really close on that. So I'm pretty impressed with these so far. All right, so let's get this metal caps on here. So press 2 metal caps down hard on the posts and body. Press caps down as hard as they will go. Let's try getting them straight first. Yeah, these are going on at an angle. Let's try the other one first. Yeah, these are going on a little crooked. All right, let me mess with those, and we'll be back. Okay, so we got the motor section and whatnot into 1/2 fuselage. We got the little metal caps on here. What I did is I got them on here, then I just pressed this side down onto the hard surface, and that shoved them down pretty straight, it looks like. So now we need to put this half on here. So we got to make sure that we got the gun going through the hole there. Gonna wrap it around. There we go. Get our fuselage halves together. And I think we are straight. So now comes, oh wait, almost forgot. We need this in here. This goes there. Oops. All right. Damn it. looks like maybe we should be sticking this screw in. Got different orders going on this. Go. Looks like they give you a little screwdriver here. It's part of the kit. We got everything lined up correctly. What looks kind of neat with this is that since it's a quote-unquote snap together, none of these parts are really snapping together, you know, hard permanently, like sometimes some snap together kits are, where yeah, you can snap them together, but you try to unsnap them, you're going to be breaking tabs and stuff. This appears, because it's this vinyl stuff, some of the stuff is just, you know, you're just shoving one piece into another piece, and it's not hard plastic. So if something doesn't quite go right, get lined up right, I guess it's going to be pretty easy to disassemble and fix if need be. Okay, so that looks like there's our two halves. Here we tighten down our screws. And looks like we just got our final pieces here. And let's see what we got. So we got some tail pieces. Let's see, 22. Looks like they're interchangeable. Let's get these bad boys on. Snip, snip, snip. Snip. Snip, 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 snip. Okay. Let's get the ejector pin mark on the bottom. Goes in there. Goes in there. Then we've got our engine exhaust. Snip, snip, snip. see the snippers are doing a pretty good job. Just trim a little bit more. Okay, let's get these going the right way. Pop that out. Okay, so we got our exhaust, and now looks like we need our wings. So let's get at our wings. Wings. We're getting close. Okay, gotta leave the cockpit off till the end here. All right, we are getting close. Look at this bad boy. So close. Oops. Okay. We get our engine cover. Or battery cover, I should say. We're almost there. Excited. the wrong way. Oh, you're not. All right. Boys and girls, we are almost there. Just got propeller to go. This little part here. This goes in there. All right. I think we are ready. For some flapjack action. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh. Just forgot the cockpit. The canopy. All right, there we go. All right, so we don't have any of the markings on yet, but let's see what we got going. Yes! Yes! We got ourselves a flapjack. Woohoo! Man, there's actually crest behind this. That prop's actually pushing air back. There we go. Look at that. Okay. All right. I'm going to put on the stickers and finish this up. Okay, there we have it. We have stickers, decals applied. Some of them don't stay down quite as nice as I'd like them to. These intake ones up front here. This recycled pollution one seems not want to stay down very well. A combination of probably old, so they're not quite as sticky, and these curved, heavy curves seem to contribute to that. But the ones on the flat surfaces, or relatively flat surfaces, seem to stay down pretty good. And what I am going to do is do some additional painting on this. Like this base, yeah, I think would look better if this base was black to represent the shadow that it was supposed to be. You know, do a little bit of touching up here, like the prop, paint that silver, maybe these exhaust, a steel. Of course, paint up the pilot quite a bit, maybe this exhaust around here. Yeah, just a little bit of touches here and there to kind of make it pop a little more. When you look at the original picture here, it looks like they kind of did a little bit of that as well. Pilot's definitely painted. Looks like a couple of the engine parts, even the guns, they painted a gray, but I kind of like the black, stands out good. But who knows, maybe I'll put some gunmetal on that. But overall, I think we got ourselves a pretty good flapjack. And I remember running around the house with this flying, running strafing missions against the dog and the cat. What a fun little kit. Well, thanks Tom Daniel for designing this guy. It really is a fun little airplane. Fun little kit. Well, that's all for this one. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this being built. And, in the comment section, as always, if you've built one of these, tell us about it. And then, of course, you got one on your shelf. Take a picture of it, send it in, and share it with our viewers as well. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and as always, have yourself a great rest of your day.